I'm Des Allen, and I'd like to welcome you guys to the first Innovative Artist Camp Filmmakers Square Table. Just be an open conversation about why we do what we do and what we hope to do in the future. So maybe we can get started by just asking everybody to do a short intro and tell what your most recent project or projects have been, and just start that way. Let's go left to right.
Okay. Well, my name is Yosiah Johnson. I'm the founder of Yosiah Vision. Been acting for a while now, and recently took the leap into directing and producing my own projects. My most recent project is Conviction, which we released earlier this year. It's been a tremendous success, a lot of learning. With anybody's first several projects, there's so much to learn and understand, but I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Okay, so I am Donna Winston, and I am with IAC Film Production. I started acting probably like decades ago, and then I started off in theater, directing and acting. Then I moved to filmmaking. I did my first film in 2019. That's Running Backwards, Part 1, and then I did The Devil on Earth, then Secrets We Keep, and now we just completed Running Backwards Part 2, and I'll be doing my red carpet premiere in July. I have 2 of my movies on the streaming site already now, and I'll be filming another project, hopefully starting in July. And so, yeah.
Yes, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
I am Queen Miss Ebony J. I am the owner of Ebony J Media. I've been in media for a very long time, since I was a little girl. I love acting. I've always been in drama, so I've been in a couple of different films. I've been in a series, and most recently, we're working on a documentary about Avondale, and we're working on a film to tell my partner's story from surviving Avondale, so look out for that.
Yay.
Okay. What's up? I'm Cam Marshall. I'm excited to be here. I love talking about film, love film. Founder of Here and See Productions, which is my own faith-based film production company. Moved to Cincinnati probably in 2017, 2018. Made my first movie in 2021, Holy Zombie. That's on YouTube, you can see for free. And just really dove into the Cincinnati film culture and started the Cincinnati Black Director Showcase. And we did that at the Esquire for a few years. Then my biggest project is Freaky Profiling, which you can see on Tubi right now. And we just finished Blackwoods, which would be my third feature. And we just put tickets on sale to show our screening May 11th at the Garfield Theater here in Cincinnati. So done 3 films in 3 years, been grinding.
Yeah.
And so just excited to continue to share my work with, people in Cincinnati to support.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
good.
My name is Daakyehene Ababio. I'm a filmmaker. Came in this city in 2020, and back in Ghana, I used to make films too.
Okay.
And then coming here to make film, comparing the 2 countries, I think it's a good experience I'm getting and learning more every day.
Yeah.
And my current project was The Club, which was premiered in Esquire and was sold out 2 times. And so I love talking about film, and thank you for inviting me here.
Yes, sir.
Thank
And we dive in right there. Doc, what's the biggest difference you've seen between making a film in Ghana and making one here?
I think it's similar, and because I love to use people who have the talent but don't get help. Because I think with people like that, I get the time to nurture them, get time to, they listen because they want to do it.
Yeah.
So they'll listen. Then somebody who has done it for several times and they're in a rush, they want to prove to you they know what they're doing, but they don't want to listen. So I want people who will listen to me and then help me bring my vision to life.
Yeah.
Because how can you work with somebody who don't want to listen?
Absolutely.
Big fact.
Nobody wants
It's
that.
very hard.
So
Right.
with patience and how I work as the only crew on set,
Right.
if I don't get somebody who can wait, I
Right.
think it won't help me to bring out my vision.
Right. I was actually talking to Yosiah about that. And I always take the people they'll come up to me, and with you, and earlier, and I was telling them, people will come up and then say, Donna, can I be in your movie? And I'm like, okay, I'll give them a shot. And somebody said, why you always just let people come up to you and you let them be in their movie? I was like, you never know where talent come from. And then I said, and one thing that I like to do, like I'll talk to them and I'll get a feel of their personality and I'll write a script, how I think their personality is. So you're gonna shine because you're gonna be yourself. And then that helps them get comfortable. And then when they get another opportunity, they're comfortable in front of the camera. So that's what I do. I try to give everybody a shot because somebody had to give me a shot. I'm like you. I took acting when I was younger. I was in theater and everything, and I loved it since I was a little girl watching TV with my mama on the couch with the stories. I was like, oh, I can do that too. So that's my passion. So I'm like, I want to help other people because I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a film director because Hollywood ain't put me on the big screen. I'm about to write my own stuff, and I'm gonna put me on that screen. And I put myself at the Esquire 3 times, going on 4 in July. So I think that's awesome when you do that because when you take a chance on people, they want to learn, they want to prove to you, and they're so happy for the opportunity. And when you get seasoned actors, they think they know everything. They ready to go. They want to tell you how to do this and do that, and you like So I totally agree with you.
Now, it is a balance though. So anybody had a situation arise where they tried to put somebody in, whether they listened or not, they just didn't have it. But you were already in the middle of the production.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
That you work with them.
Yeah.
You work with them, and that's when editing comes into play.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because that's when the editor is the one that you're like, okay, they're gonna have to keep doing different shots. And then we're going to just have to pick one because you do get that. You get people who they can't do it. And what I do, and I know with the rest of you as writers, I can go back and I'll kind of rewrite it. So moving forward, they might not say as much going forward. I'll just kind of switch it around and be like, okay, so this ain't really what they're good at. So there are other scenes I'll be like, let me holler at you. We're going to just kind of switch up your roles, your scenes, and then I'll give you more of a role maybe later on because I don't want to discourage them, and then they don't want to be in at all, and I still kind of need them because of that character. Right. So that happens a lot. Right.
Yeah, no, I think for me, like the casting process is huge.
That's what I was about to say.
I have to see you audition. I have to see you put your best foot forward, and then there's a point at some point you're like, okay, they got maybe 67% of what I need, and I can pull the rest out director, but not getting there from the beginning, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to put you in a smaller role because I still want you to be a part of this movie, and I don't want to just, not have someone who's excited to be on set, but also know their limits.
Right.
And that's a big one for me.
Because people don't know their limits sometimes. So you want the starring role, but you don't have the time commitment it takes to be the star. Okay?
Exactly.
Or like he was saying earlier, it's about being teachable because I think sometimes people get the script and then they just want to insert themselves in it versus really getting to understand the character. The character, what does this character feel? Right. You may have responded this way, but how is Terry gonna respond?
Exactly.
The girl,
because it's not you, it's the character.
It's not.
Right. A lot of people don't understand it. I think coming into acting, people think you can just read something and then do it. That's the skill part. The skill part is learning.
That's
and I
acting.
think from the acting side to directing, it's like for me, just learning how to communicate a role. Because I think if you could take the time and sit down, whatever your actor, wherever your lead or whatever it is, all our characters are important, but communicating that role in a way to where they understand the character through and through. Because I think even as an actor, I feel like the more you understand your character, the further you can take your character. But some people don't really understand the character. They think it's just a person that wakes up and he works at an office job, but it's depth, it's backstory, how you grew up, and tapping into that understanding of where your character came from to be able to take your character.
And I also realize not everyone reads the full script.
No.
They
read their part.
And so what I do is I get all of our actors in one room, or if they're from a different city, on Zoom, and we read the whole script, like a table read, audition, back to front. Because we may shoot half the script on one day, and then another script half on the other day, and those actors may never see each other.
Yeah.
May never be on set the same day. Don't even know what the emotion inside. Never see the other person read their
Right.
lines.
Yeah.
And so to see everyone read the script at once, it gives them the idea of like, oh, this person's really bringing it. I gotta step my game up.
Yeah.
I gotta understand like my character's trying to get some type of motivation from that character, and then it like each line feeds into it, and they can see the story build, and that's helped me a lot to like get actors to understand like, look, you think this part is small, but coming out of the last scene and going into the next scene, this is a very pivotal moment, and I need you to be able to bring it and not just like phone it in because you think it's a small part.
Yeah.
And getting everybody to see, like you said, no small part is small.
Yes.
We are strategic when we're writing about who needs to be in there and why.
Exactly.
And so if you are, if this saying we're screening for it and we're casting, honey, your role matters.
Right.
Show up and show out. I don't care if it's 5 or 10 minutes. Like literally make sure you do your part. And like you said, as long as you do your research on that character, let it sleep through.
Right, that's your moment to shine.
Now I know one of the things we do is, Hollywood has their standard of things they have to do to produce that 85 million long list of people at the credits, but we kind of pare it down a little bit. So on this topic, do you all actually do like character breakdowns for the actors where you write a synopsis and a simple backstory?
Oh yeah,
Who does, who doesn't?
I'm not
Why do you
writing a
do it?
script
Why
like
not? That?
Okay, like I said, because I work with people who don't have experience in acting, so I write down like an essay for the character,
Oh, okay.
for you to know the childhood, how the character thinks, and how the character even talks. Like in my recent film, there's this lady in a wheelchair, Danette, and Danette talks fast. But I said, no, that's not the character. So you have to take your time and speak.
Yeah.
So I wrote the essay for her, she read it, and then on set, she comes back to herself. And I'm like, no, let's take that line again.
Right.
Because you are not playing yourself. That's why the
Right.
character has a name.
Oh.
So you're playing somebody.
Yeah.
So don't go back to yourself.
Right.
So I tell them acting is the character is a soul that needs a body.
Right.
So if you want to take the soul, you have to put your soul back home
Right.
and bring the soul into your body and let the soul talk
Right.
like the character, not like the net.
Yeah.